Good morning, everybody. I finally got the Facebook Live working. So, what's the plan? Do you have a plan? Do you have a plan for your health? Okay, this is episode 2 of Win the Morning TV. I'm Mark Scanlon, and we're going to jump into it live on Facebook this morning. So, if you're watching this, if you're up and at it, let me know. Give us a shout there in the comments, or if you're watching back on replay, let me know that you're going to watch it or you have watched it. Okay, so Win the Morning TV, the first episode went up on Monday, and then on Wednesday I provided a free strength training program, and that's going to be the format for the coming weeks, months, years, hopefully. Okay, so Win the Morning TV, where I'm going to talk about different topics around health, nutrition, planning, getting back your time, your energy, your focus for men. And then on Wednesday I'm going to provide you with free strength training. So I'm going to coach a session that you can follow along, that you can do in your own home, and start to provide you with a structured training plan that you can work towards in 15 minutes. And then on a Friday morning it's going to be the same as Monday, another Win the Morning TV show. So this morning we're talking about planning. So do you have a plan for your health? Do you have a plan for anything, or do you just live your life floating around with no plan at all? So do you have a plan for your health, your well-being, your personal development, your relationships? If you don't, I would expect that you're not achieving all the things that you want to achieve. So planning can be the difference between success with your health, your fitness, your nutrition, your body composition. If you don't have a plan, you tend to follow everybody else's plan, and you end up being frustrated, lacking energy, lacking time, and not being able to achieve all the things that you want to achieve. So when men come onto my programs, and the men that I coach, if they don't have a plan, they generally don't succeed. The men who get results, the men who lose body weight, who get to the body composition that they want, that increase strength, that increase fitness, flexibility, are the men that have a plan. Okay, so we can probably all think back to our 20s, and I know for myself, when I was in my 20s, didn't really have a plan outside of training for GA. I had my Tuesday, my Thursday, my Saturday. Outside of that, I didn't like to have a plan. I wanted to just do things off the cuff, live life off the cuff, and that's great. That suited me at the time. Probably if I put more focus on it in my 20s, around all other aspects of my life, I probably would have achieved a little bit more. But look, hindsight's a great thing. So in our 20s, we're young and carefree. We don't tend to have a plan. We just kind of go through the motions and go whatever way that the wind takes us, and whatever way we want to, with our friends, with our family, with our training, with our health. And then in our 30s, we start to take on more responsibility. We get married, we get a mortgage, we have kids, we have a busy life, we have a busy work life, we have other commitments outside of that, and then all of a sudden we don't have that time, we don't have a plan, and all that free time that we used to have is gone, and now our whole life is unstructured, and we don't get to achieve the things that we want to achieve because that free time isn't there. So we need to claw that back. So planning is your way out. Planning is your way back to feeling energized for your day. Planning is your way to achieve all the things that you want to achieve as a man. Health, in your personal development, in your work, in your relationships. If you don't plan, it doesn't get done. Everything else will start to take up your time on that. So planning is your way out. You need a goal, you need a mission, you need something to work towards. So if you haven't done that, if you don't know what that is, then having a plan is great, but not having an end destination is going to be as frustrating as not having a plan at all. So one tip that I'm going to give you this morning, and I hope this helps, is to start blocking out 30 minutes for yourself in the morning. So get up a little bit earlier than you normally would, and block out 30 minutes. You can do this at the start of the week. You can do it on a Sunday evening for planning out the rest of the week, and it's going to work really well. So this is time where you've no distractions. You've removed all those things from yourself. There's no phones, no TV, and you're just going to sit there and plan out your blocks of time for your week. So in thinking of health and well-being and fitness, what you're going to do is draw up your plan, your weekly schedule, whatever that is around work, around other commitments, and find the pockets of time that you have for your training, for your preparation around nutrition, around meals, and start to put that into your diary as a date with yourself, where you can set that time and not go away from that, not deviate away from that. You can have this time planned in without anything else taken over from that. So if you're thinking about training, okay, you need to block off at least three 30-minute sessions a week, whether that's strength training, whether that's running, whether it's flexibility, whatever it is at the moment. You just need to plan that into your schedule. So plan out 3 30-minute blocks of training in your week and set those times, and don't go away from those. So if other things pop up, you look back on your schedule, you look back on your diary, and you tell anybody that's looking for your time or looking to take you away from that no, I need to get this done. And then outside of that, so if we're talking about training, we have to incorporate nutrition as well. So then you're going to plan out your 3 main meals for the next 2 to 3 days. Okay, by doing that, you have a clear plan. You're going to prepare, or you're going to be prepared, and you're not going to deviate away from that. So the men on our programs that get success have their training blocked into their diary at least 3 times a week. They are planning their nutrition and their meals for the next 2 to 3 days, for their main meals, for their breakfast, lunch and dinner, and then they're having the discipline of not going away from that. Obviously in life different things will crop up, and you can't help that, but generally when you have a plan, you can fit all those other distractions and all those kind of last minute things that pop up. You can get to them after that, before or after your block time for your training and nutrition. Okay, and another important thing, write it down. Don't just keep it in your head, write it down. If you're going to do something, if you want to be successful, if you're starting on this road to planning and following through, then you need to write it down. So write it down in your diary, and have it somewhere handy that you can look back on. Okay, so just remember, if you're unplanned, you're unprepared, and that leads to this chaotic lifestyle where you're not getting time for yourself, where you're not putting your energy and focus into the things that you want to put it into. You're living a life of distraction. You're living a life of not having enough time for yourself, for your family, for your friends, and most importantly, not looking after your health and well-being. Okay, so just little story, little scenario here. So Johnny is a good lad to use for this. So Johnny appears in all these little analogies and stories. So Johnny starts on my 8-week program, full of motivation, full of beans, very excited about the process, can't wait to get going. Has bought loads of Tupperware, has bought loads of new training gear, and just can't wait to get in. Week 1, his plan is set up. He's 3 strength training sessions a week, and he jumps into that. He nails the 3 training sessions, and all goes well. He's planned his meals and everything's working well for him. But at the start, Johnny hasn't sat down to plan out his structure for his training. He's just hoping to add it in on top of everything that he's doing at the moment. He thinks that, oh yeah, I'll just in the evening time there, I'll get that done. Yeah, lovely. And then on the Wednesday, I have a pocket of time there after lunch, I'll do that. And that's great, works well for the first week. Second week also goes well, everything's lovely, everybody knows he's on this new training plan, so it gives him that bit of time. Work goes to plan, there's nothing cropping up that way. Then week 3, he misses 1 training session on Friday because work gets busy, and he's only done the 2, but he still planned his meals and everything like that. And then week 4, week 5, gradually he's starting to lose time for training. It becomes unstructured. Work life is getting busy, family life is getting busy, and then he just doesn't have time to complete the training sessions, to plan out his nutrition, and he becomes frustrated. The results aren't coming as quick as what they were at the start, and then after week 5, Johnny's there pissed off, downs tools, says, "Oh geez, that's always me, I can't stick to anything. I'm a complete failure, I've put on this weight, I'm not sticking with it," and just drops off the program, no contact, no nothing like that, absolutely frustrated with himself again. Whereas if he had to spend time up front at the very start, planning in, blocking out his time of where he's going to do this training consistently, where he's going to plan his meals consistently, then that's set in stone. When things crop up in work, that's okay, he can deal with that because he has his plan and he knows his time to work around that. And the same thing with family life and with other commitments. If you don't block off your time, nobody else is going to do that to you. Nobody else is going to hand you the time, nobody else is going to hand you the control to look after yourself and look after your health. Okay, so I hope I made that point this morning on this second episode. Be the planned man, be the prepared man. The prepared man is the productive man, is the achieving man, and the achieving man is the high performance man. So this can apply not only to your health, this can apply to any other quadrant of your life. So the 4 quadrants that we work off are health, personal development, connections, which is family and friendships, and also then work. Okay, so you need to plan anything that you have done successfully in your life. If you reflect on it, you will see that you had a plan for it. Okay, so if you watched along, if you got something out of this, just throw a comment in and like and share it with your friends. Be the planned man, be the high performance man. Have a great weekend, have a planned day, and I'll chat to you soon.